There it goes. What's up? What's up? What's up?
What's happening?
Welcome
What's
back to another Monday of the Daily Smoke. I'm Brother Los.
I'm Brother Ron.
Brother Black Hand on the cam as always. And you sitting there watching us 7 o'clock. Don't forget, hit that like. Don't take but 3 seconds to do it. Even a second, actually. As soon as you go on, boom.
Absolutely.
Hit that like. I still got to do mine, matter of fact. Yeah, and that's it. And make sure you share. And as always, much love for your support for being here with us at 7 o'clock each and every day. But anyways, we'll get started here. It's Monday. Man,
Thank you, Lord.
Yeah, I need at least keep the days going. I don't be wanting to rush my time, but there's days that I'm like, you know what? I just want to get this over with, get my weekend started, man. Fuck it. If I gotta spend this weekend and just like waste this week, I need to be chilled, get off of this shit. You know, it's like I need to find a way to make more money somehow so I can stop doing that shit because I'm so done with that, man.
You know what, man, Los? Like, hey, what's up? What's up, Dwight? Good seeing you this weekend too, my brother, and your wife.
Shows are always good. Absolutely. Y'all tune in.
Absolutely. Dwight got a new show coming up tomorrow, seminar. We're gonna definitely market that as well. Absolutely. Thank you, man. Thank you so much, Dwight. Man, I had noticed in reading, like, and coming across a lot of stuff online, that there is something called the Great Resignation. You ever heard of it?
No, I thought I heard something, but maybe you had mentioned it once before.
Man, people just don't want to do what they used to do anymore.
Right.
They don't want to go back to work. I mean, not because they're lazy. They just don't want to go into those conditions anymore.
That, or actually, and like in my case, I will not work at a place. Fuck that.
Sure.
If I can't work from here, then I'm done.
You're done.
I'm done.
Yeah, see, that's all a part of it. Yeah.
All that, you know, especially here in Houston for me, because, you know, the traffic here is a motherfucker, so I'm not trying to deal with that traffic every morning and afternoon. I remember having to deal, I always thought about it, like, you know what, there's a good 4 hours of my life a day that is just sitting in the car getting to work or coming home from work. That's a waste of fucking time. And in a week, that's that's almost 20 some odd hours. It's almost a whole day of just being in your damn cars.
And COVID broke that routine.
And COVID, we worked from home. First, we couldn't do shit, and you weren't working. You got used to it, and then once people started coming back from COVID, they were like, no, you know what? They'll send you computers and shit. Now you can work from home more often than you could. I mean, I was already working from home to begin with. And I remember telling my boss at the time, you know, it's like, and I might have mentioned this before, like, I never thought to work from home because I needed to get out and be out there. Mm-hmm. But once I started working from home, shit, I told her, if you call me back to the office, I quit. You might as well just go hire somebody else. You know, so the day it gets in your mind that you need to call me back, you better just go hire somebody else because I'm going to tell you, no, I'm not coming back.
You know, that's interesting because tonight's show, we usually like to try to give you like kind of a brief synopsis of what we're going to cover, and Los is absolutely dead on the point that we're going to make tonight, talking about old habits, formulating new habits, how you do so, and understanding why we do what we do.
Right.
But, you know, he's absolutely correct in terms of breaking habits, but that's kind of something that we're going to talk about a little bit later. But just stick with us. We will get to the subject matter, I assure you.
And that was easy to do, you know, because like I said, at first it was weird. I mean, right away I was happy that I didn't have to get up, take a shower, get dressed, and get in my car and go to work. I got up, got myself ready, had some breakfast, went and sat down, I was ready to go.
Absolutely.
You know, so it's like, wow. So that already, to me, was doing that. Then I'm noticing that, you know, I mean, the job I had before was different circumstances than normal because she pretty much let me do whatever you do. As long as these people don't complain, you work whatever hours you want. So I would start at 10, you know, sometimes at 12, you know, stop at 3 to go pick up the girls, come back and work a little bit later, you know. Mm-hmm. But they had access to my personal phone. Mm-hmm. So they could send me emails here, which to me was cool because I would just answer it so they know I got your email, but I could work on their shit later. As long as it's not something like, man, I'm at the airport, I need that shit right now. If it was something for next week, I could wait till later, come home when I'm done and log in at any time, 9 o'clock at night, 10 o'clock at night. You know, if I can't go to bed, I'm wide awake, come in, lock my shit up and start working, you know, and get that shit done. That's all that mattered, you know. But the reason I never could though is because I move so much. So that's the way I meet people, by going to work.
Right.
You know, most people that I've met throughout my life, and, you know, once after high school, coming to the States, most of the friends I met were at work.
Yeah.
You know, and then like in our case, I met you because I worked with Ruck.
Right.
I met Ruck, and then I met you guys
and
him. So, and that was for me. But after a while, you know, got married, got kids. I don't need to meet no one else. I can stay home. I don't need to go to a job to make more friends and shit. I got enough right now. I'll just stay home and and do this. And I started liking that shit. My production got more. I was able to produce more than I used to. And I was able to get stuff done around the house and shit and just take my time. Now, I'm stuck to this damn phone like a leash and shit. That's what fucks with me the most. I'm not used to that. So that's a habit that I'm trying to get back into, of having the phone on me. And if I walk away, I got to make sure I put it on that it don't ring and I'm not there.
Right.
When before I could just like, hey, they'd either call me on my cell phone or send me an email here. Okay, cool.
Same thing,
I could be anywhere I am, and if I have my laptop with me, all I got to do, as long as I got Wi-Fi, that shit will load up, and I could work from there if I had to. So
thank you all of you for joining us. We're just having a conversation about some of the things we like, dislike, some of the things that we've changed in terms of our work habits. Again, tonight's show is about habits. So if you notice we keep repeating that word, it's because we're trying to bring to your attention the power of habit,
Right,
and how much it actually influences your everyday life that you aren't even aware of.
And it really does. Like I said, I used to always, if people work from home, like, man, I don't know how you do it. I could never work from home because my thought was, I got to get out here, meet somebody, do these things. Once I got married and I don't need to meet nobody else, I'm good. I'll stay home. And then once I start doing that, man, that habit of going to work disappeared quick. So quick that I told my boss, I will quit if you make me go back to work, drive to work every morning. I'm done working. Fuck that.
That was one of the things, Los, that a lot of people that were trying to develop new habits in terms of their work ethic was they were trying to, okay, I'm going to get to work on time. And when I'm at work, I'm going to be fully present. I'm not going to have any distractions, whatever. And then when COVID hit, one of the things that happened was, technology and human, how should I say, creativity, if you will, or engaging and working, the way work was going and the way technology was going, it finally came hand in hand. And they had also been pressing that same model for children that were going to school. It started out with Duke University and their MBA courses, where they issued everyone, what is that thing you have, Bobby? Apple iPad. So you have an app, don't worry about it. So you have an Apple iPad, and Apple iPads were taking the place of books, classes were virtual, and they were trying to see if that worked in Duke University, because Bill Gates and a couple of other tech enthusiasts were trying to figure out, can we actually go without books? Can we go without the commute? Can we go in a different class, a manner? But what COVID did was Microsoft and other venture capitalists, what they were trying to figure out, COVID did for them in real time a couple of years later. What they were trying to mock, okay, I lost y'all. What COVID, we had always been pressed to go towards no books, everything is online, no classes where you actually sit in a desk and you sit in front of a teacher. You can take online classes. They had been flirting with that idea for a very long time.
University of Phoenix did that way back.
Well, but they're not accredited. They don't really count. We don't take their education serious.
But that's what they were doing now.
That's why we don't take their education serious.
But that's what people do now.
Exactly.
Because of what they do.
Exactly. But we still have that hang up in our head. Like a person that, well, this is true. This is not wrong.
For our days, because nowadays they take all that shit serious.
Well,
there's so many more out there that are offering that shit.
Okay. So if you're talking, I don't want to get off subject. Okay, so you got the notes. Go ahead. You got it.
No, that's what I was saying. That, like you were saying, Microsoft's trying to develop that, but I remember, they were one of the first ones. They would send you a computer.
Absolutely.
And you could work your shit there and all that.
Absolutely.
And then now, and back then, that's all you heard of. You really didn't hear too many more. Now, shit, you get all kind of commercials about, online courses, because that, and then it's gotten better, So I guess that's when Microsoft and them developed Teams and
they were trying to
and all that shit and see how that worked out.
They were trying.
I remember at a time for a while there, we thought about travel maybe being less, because now you can just talk to the motherfucking Japan on your phone. You don't need to go to Japan, But then there was always the reason that keeps going is there's some owners of companies that believe and know, if I'm going to start business with you, I need to do it face to face. When we first meet, I want to shake your hand, not over a phone.
Why is that important?
I guess that their business ethic. That's that's what they've always done. That was a habit that they've done. Always go meet the person, get the business, not look at them on the phone. But
You don't see the you don't see them you don't see the value they would have in that.
oh no, of course, I'm talking to you face to face. That's way better than talking to you over the phone.
What's the value in that connection?
Well,
Think it through. Think it
I
through.
mean, no, the value is the human aspect of it. We're talking. You see me. You can feel the energy that I'm not bullshitting you. I'm going to get done what you're buying from me.
And if I have a camera in front of your face and a camera in front of my face, we can't convey that same thing.
No,
Why not?
because the energy of us sitting together doesn't go through.
So it's something about
It's
proximity.
something about the feeling of between our energy bouncing off each other, and you can't have that over the phone.
So,
You know.
in other words, it's proximity and closeness, or the ability to touch.
Right.
That brings
makes
us that
more
experience,
like,
right?
okay. I guess it makes us feel more like, okay, I'm not being bullshit. I feel you. I see
Exactly.
you.
So, having said that, I didn't say that. You said this. I didn't say this. You said it. So, having said that, now you understand why most traditional universities, and when I say traditional, I mean not necessarily solely online, why they value their PhD and master's programs to be in person versus over computer.
Right.
For the very reason that you said, not wrong, not right, but you said
Right.
it. So that is the part of the connection, or what we're actually lacking, or we think we're lacking in this post-COVID world. But they was trying to experiment it before before COVID.
Right. And we weren't going to go for that shit.
No, we weren't. We weren't going.
We had to be forced into that damn
It sure did.
lockdown to keep us home and figure
sure
out
did.
how to do shit from home. Because
sure
we
did.
weren't going to go for that. And that's why they were having trouble implementing that.
It sure
because
did.
It was like, nah, like I don't know, people don't want to do that,
But I
Because
think we
we're
died.
we're all, no, it's changing because
We're dying, yeah.
now, even though you said Amy's taking her MBA over there,
Absolutely.
and it's accredited place where if
Absolutely.
you went to the place,
Absolutely.
it would be looked at as, okay, damn, you graduated from
Absolutely.
there. But 10 years ago, maybe even a little more ago, like when we said, the only ones that was doing that was University of Phoenix. And everybody
Exactly.
took that as, man, you getting that shit online. Why? Because you're not, cause I guess the feeling of you're not looking at the teacher, feeling them, even though you are looking at the teacher.
Absolutely.
It's like you're sitting in the classroom, you just, one screen, you don't see nobody else in the class, but
Absolutely.
nothing different, So,
Absolutely.
and then now, like I said, there's so many more of those where now to us it's like, oh no, that's hell yeah, that shit works. That shit is legit. I got to do it. At least you got to do it at home. And who knows, maybe you learned more because you weren't distracted by anything else.
Right.
That there and you really got in your space and did what you did. Except those who got kids and your kids coming in your room every 3 seconds, like, yeah, fucking with you. You can't get shit done.
That's interesting because I have a totally different education. My education was the trees, the yard, the kids out there on their blankets with the books open,
Right.
Going and
seeing, experiencing.
in a dorm, the whole dorm experience, all of that. I see education totally changing for those very reasons, that the same thinking or mind that's behind being encapsulated with this screen on our phone, and that's our mode of transmission of information and knowledge. I see education heading in that same
We have to
direction.
go that
I
way.
think I'm the dinosaur.
Right, no, we are.
I think that
Right.
whole
All that shit is-
method, that's a dinosaur now. We're on our way out.
So the problem that a lot of these places are facing is if you do more of that, what am I going to do with all these fucking buildings?
Oh, well, yes,
You know
absolutely.
what I'm saying? I got to
Absolutely.
shut all these buildings down or try to rent them out or tear
Yes.
this whole university down.
Absolutely.
Because it's a waste of time, and real estate motherfuckers will be like, yo, that back half of Harvard, we need that space right there because rich people want to move in when we put these houses and shit,
Look, we may see a decline of downtowns for that very reason.
You never know because you won't need to, you won't need to do that.
You may not need to see an expansion of
A bunch
high
of buildings
rises
and,
the city like this,
everybody can
because
work from home.
that's business.
Mm-hmm.
Very interesting. Aside from medical, but
Right. You gotta have that.
very few skylines have this Houston skyline. Like
Oh
you
no,
got the medical,
our
and
medical center.
You know what I
like
mean?
One downtown.
But-
Actually, our Galleria is bigger than most places
Absolutely.
whole downtown.
Absolutely.
When I first moved there, my brother's driving. I said, "Oh, this downtown." He said, "No, man, this is called Galleria." I'm like, "Damn,
Yeah.
this looks like." I've been to
Yeah.
cities where their downtown don't look nowhere near as big as this and shit.
Yeah.
And then when you look at it from a distance, there's a few spots at a distance. The skyline of Houston, there's a few spots here and there that if you put those in, it'd be the longest skyline
That's
in the world.
exactly right.
It would be. I mean, if you put buildings in these two little spots from downtown. You got the medical center, the Galleria.
That's
Man, that would be the
right.
longest. That would be the longest damn skyline in the world, man. Other than them ones in like
New York and
them Asian countries that got the big ass
Tokyo and
shit like that.
Japan. Oh my God, yes. But yeah, I think that's an interesting thought.
So
man.
that
We
could
need
be,
to discuss
that
that
could
one
be
day.
something that's going to disappear too. High rises, other than for sleep, for living.
My only concern with all of that is I think we're going to, and we're seeing it now, but I think we're going to, this technological advance that we're having, I think it's going to come at a heavy cost. And I think that cost is going to be human touch. I think human touch is totally underrated. I think human touch is totally underestimated in terms of its impact. If a person denies the effectiveness of human touch, just go look at a child that was adopted. Go look at a child that wasn't adopted. And then look at their social interactions. The reason I say that is because children that are adopted babies, the nurses don't console them, touch them, burp them, all that kind of stuff. They show no emotional attachment because
that kid will latch on right away.
Latch on, and I can't latch on to you.
Right.
And then we have separation anxiety.
Yeah, that's
so.
Right.
I think that it's going to, and I may be wrong. I may be totally wrong, but I think the people that would disagree with me are the tech whiz. And if you ask those same tech whiz,
they're the ones building this.
Exactly. And if you ask those same tech whizzes or the people that follow that line, I guarantee you their social interactions are a different dynamic. I won't say better or worse. I would never be that astronaut.
Now, you know what? Now that you're saying that, now I'm thinking about all these places that are being built, these apartment complexes. It's just one big box with a bunch of damn. Maybe that's what it is, because now that's how we would interact in this environment of our home, where there's like 1,000 apartments in this big box. We interact in there, but other than that, we stay inside our shit.
Explain what you mean more.
No, like I don't know if you're with me, because I see them all the time. There's buildings, there's a lot of apartment complexes closer to downtown, and where the area is not so enough room that it looks like one big giant fucking building, and it's a bunch of apartments.
Oh, sure.
And then they got their own shit within there. So this is where we interact. Those of us that live here are going to interact here. Other than that, I'm inside doing what I got to do. I don't have to open this door. Only time I got to open this door is for, delivery. Thanks, bro. And close it.
Canada, you ever been to Canada?
No.
Canada and Toronto, when you go to their downtown, they have our buildings. And I saw this in London also. Not so much in Mexico at all, to be honest with you. But I noticed in those two cities specifically, of others, you would see these huge sky rises, and you would see these windows all the way down and all the way up. And each one of those windows, or a couple of windows, represented the apartment that you shared in that building. And each one of those buildings was like, I mean, huge buildings, bro. Like, you got this huge building that's on this street, and then you cross the street, and then you go, there's another huge building like that. And you cross the street, there's another huge building like that. And you go across the street, there's another huge building like that. And I remember looking at it, and I was like, what are these? And they was like, oh, those apartments. I'm like, for real? And I actually had the chance to visit one and everything, and it was like a apartment, but it was just in this big box, as you speak of. Interesting enough, when that individual came to visit me in Atlanta at the time, she saw our apartments where you had like stairs that leaded to your individual apartment or what have you. She saw those as hotels. So it goes to show you how your perspective can change. You know what I mean?
Right.
So yeah, absolutely, man.
Most of those apartments, you go in, take an elevator to your floor.
Absolutely.
A whole bunch, which could also be like
furniture, man, up there.
That's what I'm saying. Well, they got other elevators, bigger elevators, service elevators and shit, the freight ones, stuff like that. But I always looked at that and thought, man, I wouldn't want to live like that. That's too many motherfuckers too close to me, man. Fuck all that. I mean,
I feel that.
Door.
Yeah, I got claustrophobic
but that's what I'm thinking, because we're inside most of the time. at least when I go out here to the whatever they offer here in the apartment community,
Yeah.
I can meet you and we could talk. We could have little get-togethers. So that's how we'll socialize. Other than when we invite a friend over from here, come
That's
over
an
and visit.
American thing, though,
Yeah,
primarily.
yeah. No, that's what I'm saying. That'd be mostly here, and how
Did
they.
you see that in Germany?
I don't remember. No, see, I was back then where times were different. It was nothing the same as what it
It's
is
still
now.
the same. That's my point. Like they didn't use those extra expenses to like have a communal area. Kids can play here.
Right.
We can
No,
all
it was
get
just
together
pretty
and have
much.
like you can rent the place out for the weekend.
Right. No,
and
that's
have
just pretty much you live here.
that was
That's
an
it.
American
There's some-
thing. You know
there's
what I mean?
There's some laundromat downstairs.
Yeah.
That's it.
If that, yeah,
If that,
yeah,
And might you have to put money in it anyways.
absolutely.
But yeah, there's a lot of different those things like that. But yeah, this is what we're going to. This is what we're turning to.
Yeah, man. Yeah, absolutely. Oh man, it's been a day. The advertisements.
Okay. Was the chat on?
Yes,
It has to be white, right? That's what
Yes,
it said. Anyways, before we continue, let's get to what we do. So first off, we got banging 832 radio. Book, banging.
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 Bang.
www.banging832.com. They're a local website radio station. They do other podcasts. Also, they got a digital channel there themselves. They show the past episodes of the Daily Smoke Sundays at 7:00. So if you don't want to go to YouTube and watch one, then you can go there and watch it, listen to their music. You just set it on your phone and just listen to the music and watch. You don't have to watch it. Just listen. It's a radio station. So you can check them out again, www.banging832.com. And then next up we have Tamia's Touch of Care Massage Therapy. To get with life, get a massage.
Touch my body.
Touch his body. www.tamiaanderson.com. It's veteran-owned, black-owned. She's also a veteran. I mentioned that. She's a personal trainer.
Absolutely.
Personal trainer.
Yes, absolutely.
She does all the different things, and like I say, the best thing of it all is she comes to you. So you set the safe space, she'll come to you. Nowadays, people are afraid to meet up, and what we were just talking about. So.
Oh, I wonder how they fare during COVID.
I know, because it's like nobody. You couldn't
You're not
nobody.
touching my
You
body.
couldn't do nothing. You couldn't. So
Oh,
during
good
COVID,
point.
they probably weren't doing none of that. Because even if you were masked up, I guess it would be more like, I need to see that you're negative.
Yeah. Here's my paperwork.
Yeah,
I
you
hope
gotta
ain't catch it on the way
Right.
here.
I hope you get it here because it won't be on this paperwork.
I gotta ask her
Yes,
about
see
that.
how that happened. Probably a lot of different businesses that had to do with that, other than the doctor.
Right.
And that was getting crowded when they couldn't take too many
That's
people back
right.
then. We were just talking about that the other day, how at first, man, you couldn't even get to the hospital.
No, you
So many
couldn't.
people.
No, you
Now all of
couldn't.
a sudden the shit changed. It got less. They kept talking about it kept mutating to a different strand. Well, that different strand is a little punk ass because people seem to getting COVID, but the symptoms weren't as bad.
Yes.
It's like when I got it, I had a real high fever. That's it.
Did
I
you?
really didn't have that. My body ached. Other than that, I didn't have like
That's right.
a cold and congestion and
I
shit.
remember that.
Bad trouble breathing and shit. It was just that temperature I had, hit up to 105 and it started to go down.
I think I had it again, man.
Yep,
I do. I think I had it
I
again.
got it a couple of times and shit. And then next up we got the Buy Black Marketplace. It's the Black Vendor Market book and art fair at the Shrine of the Black Madonna right here at 5309 MLK Boulevard here in Houston, Texas. The vendor registration is www.buyblackmarketplace.com, and that's if you want to go be a vendor. It's every Saturday, first Saturday and third Saturday of the month from 12 to 6 p.m. I think Ron says in the morning on those Saturdays they give out food from 7 to noon. They're giving out food. It's a food drive, so you can always go there early or get there around 11, get you some grub, get you a ride,
Absolutely.
and then go in and see what they got. Or if you have stuff, you can be a vendor. They want vendors to come out. It's a family. It's a fun community and family event featuring food, retail shopping, entertainment, workshops, and much more. So make sure y'all go out there and check them out. And you can also, once you get out there for this one, you can see all the other things they do, and maybe you'll become a regular going out there all the time. Then we got Puff Pass It CBD and more at 4130 and a half Cavalcade right here in Houston, Texas, 77026. You can send them an email at puffpassit20@gmail.com, or you could also call the owner, Tanya Ashley, at 713-766-6631. You can find them on just about all the social media sites at Puff Pass It _CBD and more. Make sure y'all check it out. Everything she has there is it's good for you. It's CBD. It's all legal. So if you're one of those people still in the dark ages where everything is bad,
right?
Marijuana is bad,
Right?
It'll make you rob if you don't get none.
Right?
That bullshit they used to show. I forget the name of that commercial. Reefer Madness. I think it was the name of it. Where they show the dude get high, then he goes robbing ladies' purses and shit.
Yeah,
Get the fuck out of
what
here,
you do.
man.
You get high, go
We're gonna
rob.
go rob. Shit, we try not to get high. We're not trying to rob nobody. We're trying to see who's open and bring us some munchies. We're trying to pay for shit.
Thank you.
So make sure y'all. That's the thing about today. Like we talked about, you don't have to go anywhere. You don't have to do shit.
Really don't.
So make sure y'all check her out there. And then last but not least, you got us. www.thadailysmoke.com. You can, like I tell everybody, when you go there, just go through all the tabs and you can find out who we are. Oh shit! Ooh, that shit just hit me. Oh man, that's that shit, boy. It's supposed to be a sativa, got me over here yawn. But anyways, yeah, check us out. That you go there, that's where you find out who we are, what we do, what we're about, and who we deal with. So that's everything you need to know. And if you feel like donating and supporting us even more, go to Cash App $TD Smoke, $TDSMOKE at Cash App, and anything you give is welcome. Like we say, even if you just watch each and every episode for the full hour, share it to somebody on your social media, and hit that like button. That's donation enough. So thank y'all so much for that.
Good point.
Because that helps. That'll help eventually. Just make sure y'all keep doing that shit. But that's who we got for today.
That's what
you need this, we said?
Yeah, thank you, man. Just so it's not my the win. That's all.
Yeah, so make sure you can hit y'all can that QR code up there, scan that, and they'll take you right to the website. You'll see and go check it out. Everything is there. All the other affiliates and people we sponsor are on there.
Yes, sir.
Just go scroll down, hit their little picture, and boom, it'll take you to their pages, and you can check out what they do and help them as they help us.
Absolutely. You might as well go and just tell them about AK and Queen Mother.
Right. Well, the Queen Mother, we mentioned that once before, where we're going to end up having a show on Sundays. We're going to end up having a show on Sundays. They'll be pre-recorded Sundays for 7 o'clock. So that means the banging will get moved to something different. So just like we said, pay attention to us. Watch us every day. You'll get to know what we're doing. So we're going to have a show coming up Sundays with Queen Mother. I think if she's still the same as what she had before, it'll be Conversations with Mama E.
Oh yeah, that's
so
what
just talk about anything. The main feature I think is going to be talk about the Bible and God and religion.
Okay.
Because that's part of it. Part of the conversation she's trying to have to see, and that's where she's at anyway. So make sure you do that. Then we're going to have another show. We're trying to figure out the day for it. Again, it'll be 7 o'clock. Whatever you see, it's going to be a show with AK Babers. So it's going to be all about real estate and getting y'all. That might be once a month too. So tune in for that. And he's going to help you, 'cause the brother makes it sound so easy when he comes, and it makes it like I can walk out right now and buy a crib and have me some money, So y'all might want to tune into that. And the best part of it is he's learning this to make, to do his company, make some money, but he's willing to teach you too, to share that wealth, moving forward, like, to let you know that you really don't need someone like him. But yeah, if you do, give him a call. But at least you'll know that he's not bullshitting you when he comes to you, because you've watched this show. So he tells you what the process is to doing all this. So he's not bullshitting you. He's trying to actually help you get best price that you can, for your investment. So y'all want to tune in for that. So just keep tuning in. And like I say, go to the website. The website will tell you what upcoming shows there are. And as we go along, we'll probably more likely, once we know they're set, on a TGIF, we'll probably let you know. We'll give you the first, ad for it, let you know what it's about and what it is. But at least it will be at 7 o'clock, whatever day it is. It's 7 o'clock. Put that in your head. 7 o'clock is the daily smoke time.
So we have 2 new shows coming to you guys. We have AK Babers, who's going to educate you, as the brother said, on real estate. And the thing about AK is, and what I'm most impressed about him, is one of the things that I like about really smart people is when they can make complicated things look really simple.
Like I said, he makes it look easy as hell, boy.
Complicated, I couldn't understand it. But he brings it to you in a fashion where the layman can understand it. And I think that is the hallmark of intelligence. Also, we have, of course, as you said as well, Queen Mother. She's going to record her first episode with us on July 22nd. along with Tiffany Scales as well. She has an episode coming up
September
that following
Tuesday.
week.
That's right.
Exactly. So we're going to knock it all out, but we're going to hopefully get it back on schedule. And we're glad to have Queen Mother a part of us as well now on a consistent basis. So when I understand she's going to be airing, I think, once a week. She wants to go, I believe, once weekly, and AK is going to want to do it once a month.
Once a month, yeah.
So, and I mean, Sundays are all hers, so she has that liberty.
Yeah.
And AK, he will be on, I believe, either the second to the last or the last Thursday of each month.
Right.
And we're going to start rolling that out starting next month. So hopefully you guys look forward to that. And the reason we asked the brother to come on is because not only because he supported us since day one, but the demand. You guys, we got a lot of good feedback regarding
Right.
his episodes.
Sure.
And we asked him if he would be a part of it. He was more than willing, and he wanted to be a part of it beforehand. So hopefully this is a very good partnership that I know is going to yield nothing but good things.
Yep. Plus, you never know. Get some people to make some money or get into real estate. You know, you never know.
Yeah, LaDonna wants to get into real estate.
so
what better teacher?
Right. I think they're going to hook up. He wants to teach her that too, so that'll be cool. But just like I said, just go to the website and you'll see all that's coming up. Watch the shows Fridays. That's, you know, when we recap things, tell you what's upcoming, so you'll know. If you watch on Friday, we'll tell you that one of those shows is coming up that week.
Absolutely.
You know, or for Queen Mothers, it'll be 2 days from then. You know.
Yes,
that
right.
Sunday.
That's Sunday. That's
So
right.
we'll let you know that. Yes,
That's right.
That's what's coming up.
That's
So
right.
make sure y'all tune in. We got a nice variety of different things. You know, we do what we do here. We got all the different seminars and all the other shows that we do about different things, wellness and mental wellness, financial wellness. Now we're going to have something, you know, more like a spiritual area.
Yes.
And then some real estate, teaching you how to real estate. So, you know, and that's all part of, you know, the TDS Presents. So that's all part of the different shows that we present, which is part of our growth. These people see that we're doing something that they like. They're willing to bring their product on here and let us present them doing what they do.
Absolutely.
So that's always good.
Man, we could talk volumes about having good people to join your team and the movement, and you realize that this is not about a personality.
That's what we're trying to tell you.
You know what I mean? It's about you.
Look at all the different people we got.
It's about the collective whole. You know, we have individuals like Tiffany Scales. We have individuals like Vanessa Boland. We have individuals like Dwight Morris Jr.
Dwight around your mouth.
You know what I mean? Like we have. Did I forget anybody? We have people like LaDonna. I can remember Blaylock.
Bullock.
LaDonna Bullock. And then you have, of course, us. This is not a platform that we're using to put forth our egos or show how smart we are or how handsome we are, whoever that may be. You know, whatever the case may be. This is about you spending an entire hour of your life and walking away a better person than when you first tuned into it.
That's what we're trying to do.
That's all I'm concerned about.
That's what we're trying to do, you know. That's why a lot of our stuff feature is about wellness.
It is in one way or another.
Different types of wellnesses.
Absolutely.
And Mondays and Wednesdays, this is when let's talk about shit we don't talk about. Let's learn some new shit.
Absolutely.
You know, because a lot of times, you know, we do put something on that there's people that chat with us that, oh, wait a minute, yeah, I didn't know that. So now, you know, now we found something out.
Absolutely.
And they're learning. So that's what we've always been preaching since day one. You know, we're here because of you. We want you give you a platform to say what you have to say, to, you know, educate us in certain ways, and hopefully that we're helping you learn new and different things. And all we ask is that you don't come with no sideways bullshit. Like,
please don't.
You know, and if you are, and you can back it up, then hey, that's cool. You know, if you can back up whatever you want to talk about, that's what we ask. Other than that, don't come with no sideways la la land shit, because we can sit here all day talking about whatever.
I gotta say this, man. I know we gotta get to our subject. It's 35 after, we hadn't even started it yet, but I gotta say this, man. I've made a resolution in my life. I'm not entertaining BS anymore. Me personally,
right?
I'm not. I'm just not. I guess as I'm getting older, I'm realizing time has become much more valuable to me now. And I just don't. I don't have time. I just don't have time.
Right.
I don't have a problem with a disagreement, but I got a problem with BS.
Right.
I don't have
Especially if you're arguing with someone with something that they know themselves, you're full of shit. You know like, come on, man, you know what you're saying does not exist.
You're just looking for attention. I'm done. The floor is yours. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I'm gonna just just shut off to protect my health. You know what I mean?
Like, okay, you're right.
To protect my health. You got it.
You know,
Show is yours.
right.
Floor is yours. Shoot, hit me. You know? I don't. Time is
I
valuable.
might not even stay here and listen because
Time
I'm
is
wasting
valuable.
time. I can go do something else.
Speaking of bad habits,
You know,
that's a bad habit of mine.
Right.
I
Yeah.
entertain BS. That's a really bad habit
Sit
of
back
mine.
and
Out of this, I'll say this. I entertain. It's a habit of mine because I always go forward, or at least I try to go forward with at least the best intentions, where I can learn something or see something
Right,
new,
right.
even if I'm uncomfortable with it or I disagree with it. I would like to hear something new. But when that far out of space,
right.
irrelevant, unfounded information starts coming my way, and I see that's where you are, welcome to MHMRA.
Right.
Welcome to MHMRA. You have the floor.
You
You know,
your,
I
new
don't have
number
time
is
for it
this.
anymore, man.
Right, right.
I really don't.
I mean, I don't mind
I
every
really
here
don't.
and there going off into fantasy land. You know, that's always healthy for me to think about what I can do, where I can be, so I can get there in my mind. I don't mind that, but if you're gonna sit here and you're gonna talk to me about some shit about these aliens that they
I
found,
just,
you know, this and that, and it's like, come on, like, you
I
know,
just
this
can't
ain't true.
entertain it anymore.
You know?
I won't disrespect anyone
Right, right,
and say
right,
your
right.
thoughts or your opinions are invalid.
Right.
I just can't entertain it anymore.
Right. I'm willing to listen because you may say something that might spark something in me. Like, wait a minute, is that shit for real? You know, because I may not know what you're saying. So now I'm listening to what you're saying, but there's certain things that you know, like I would know, like, no, that
Asking
shit
us
ain't
like
real.
they source.
It's like that shit ain't real.
Asking
Oh,
us
right.
like
Where
they
did you get?
source.
I heard it from
YouTube.
I heard it from YouTube.
YouTube.
I got it off of Google.
YouTube.
You know, it's like, you know, I went to
Who owns
Google,
YouTube, Google?
Mhm.
YouTube. That's where you got. That's your whole education.
you know, so whoever put that in there, that's
Okay, I'm
what
gonna calm down.
right, right. No, because I know that's one of your, that's one of those, that's one of those, that's one of those habits that you don't like.
I gotta break that
dealing
habit.
with that shit.
Hello, so if I asked you, man, or Brother Bobby, you know, we always want to welcome you to these conversations, brother. Just because you're behind the camera, don't think you're not a part of this movement. If I ask either of you what is a habit, what would you say a habit is? Just frank conversation. I know a camera's on, but let's just talk with each other like we normally do. What's a habit?
I don't know, a habit is something that you repeat, something that you just constantly just repeat.
Okay.
No matter if it's say drinking or
Okay.
or smoking, or you have a habit of getting up at the exact same time. For me, it's just repeating the same motion over and over.
Agreed. Agreed. 100%. What
Right,
would you
right.
say, man?
No, just something.
Agreed.
I mean, almost like what he said, something that is so natural to you that you don't even realize it's a habit.
Absolutely.
You just know that this is what you do every fucking day.
Absolutely.
And not think of it as a habit. You know, like for me, just to start off, like, you know, getting up in the morning, having a cup of coffee.
Absolutely.
I don't really need that coffee to get, because there's days that I've missed that, and I
Okay.
don't need that coffee. But it's a habit of, I know I'm going to have it, and that's going to start my
But
day.
you do it anyway.
And I do it anyway. But I know that I don't need it, because I know I've gone without it in the morning
Mm-hmm.
sometimes where it's like, you know, my more habit of coffee is the one in the evening. After
Okay.
I've had dinner, and I'm maybe having a dessert, some type of pastry or something, or even way after, the evening one means more to me than the morning one, you know.
But it's
those are
nonetheless
both
a habit.
habits. Yeah, both of them. I have the one in the morning where
Fair enough.
I don't have to have it, or the one in the evening. But to me, though, it's so much a part that this is what I do. I
Okay.
don't consider that a habit. This
Okay.
is just what I do every fucking day.
Okay.
You know, at this time. I
Thank
try
you
to
for
do
your
this.
honesty.
No, that's what I'm
Okay.
saying. It's
Thank
just,
you for
this
your
is just what I do, you know. But you don't think of it as this is a habit of mine. No, I get up every morning, have a cup of coffee, do my thing. In the evening, I make sure I have me a cup of coffee after dinner and all that shit.
Have you when people, whenever you've had discussions with other people or people talk to you about habits or personal habits they have, what did they get out of it? Regardless of what the habit was, what did they get out of it?
Up here, what your habit is?
Mhm.
I don't know. Nothing. Maybe seeing if they have that same habit.
No. That's my fault. Maybe I said it a different way. What gratification did they get from the habit itself?
The person doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I don't know.
It's a habit, though.
Well,
You gonna do
it
dog?
depends. It depends on what it is, what the habit is.
Okay, give me an example.
You know, smoke.
Okay,
It's a bad habit because we know
bad
that-
habit.
Well, because we know it can kill you, but we still do it no matter what
Why?
because we have to have it.
Yeah, but
It's a habit. It's a bad habit of ours.
but
That
you
satisfaction it gives us.
thank
doing
you.
that, you know, it
So you
makes me.
said satisfaction.
Oh yeah, it feels
Okay.
good. I just had dinner. I needed. That's how
Okay.
that was a habit of mine back
Okay.
then when I smoked. When I
Okay.
smoked cigarettes after dinner, I had to have a goddamn
Okay.
square, or the
Okay.
meal did not go down right.
So we're having another honest conversation this evening, and I need to ask a favor. Because I'm just looking, I'm telling you now, I'm looking ahead. Bobby, we need 10 extra minutes on the show. Can we have it? Thank you. Okay. I asked you what gratification you got out of it, and you finally said a satisfaction. Whatever that satisfaction was, right?
Right.
Okay. Bobby, what do you feel people get from habits?
Well, it's really,
Okay.
Depends on the habit. Depends on the habit.
depending on the habit.
Yeah.
Closure, some type of closure.
Closure?
Because I said it depends on the habit.
Okay.
So me smoking is more of a physical habit, meaning as it's I got so used, even if I stopped doing nicotine, I would still have that urge just to have something in my mouth. Like
Why was the urge there?
cigarette, that's more shame of, well, no, actually, that's just,
Well, you know, for cigarettes, that's not so much a habit. That's more of an addiction.
yeah.
What's the difference?
I don't know. I really don't know, because a habit could be an addiction, something that you just have to do every goddamn day.
I really wish we would spend more time on this subject.
You know, it's like that's something you have to do every day. Like, you know, so it's like an addiction, really. Yeah, almost like my OCD. It's like an addiction. If I see something that it has to be done this way, you know, I don't feel it. There's no satisfaction, so I have to do it right.
Have you ever had a habit? And if you're watching the show, and you're more than welcome to call in
Or chat.
and chat with us. And don't worry, we're going 10 minutes over tonight. We got about 25 minutes. In order for us to go further, we have to understand the basics, or the basis. Have you ever had a habit that was not pleasurable in terms of the rewards you got from it? A habit that you didn't deem pleasurable.
I don't think
You
so.
may have hated going to the crack house to go get the crack pipe, but when you lit that rock up, you got a sense of
Good.
satisfaction.
Right.
Has there ever been
So there can't
a
be
habit you didn't enjoy?
No, because it wouldn't be a habit then. You wouldn't do it at all if it wasn't pleasurable.
Exactly. What about you, Bob?
I'm looking more for the work related.
Let's ride with it.
Even though I hated doing it,
Uh-huh.
I got so used to doing it,
Uh-huh.
I just simply did it, even though I hated it. It was like, why am I doing this? But I just kept doing it. And it just ingrained into it.
You kept doing the job even though you hated it?
It was a specific part of the job that I kind of created to get things going faster.
Okay.
Even though it was uncomfortable,
Okay.
really uncomfortable.
Okay.
But I knew that if I do this, A, B, C,
Follow
and D, will get done a lot faster. Even though I'm the one who came up with that process. But
No problem.
There was
You're the mastermind.
There was still
No
some
problem.
satisfaction
You're the
in that,
no.
though.
Exactly. Exactly. What did you get out
A
of
and
it?
B and C got done.
yeah,
Quicker.
Everything got done at the time and the way I wanted to. Even though I hated doing it, but I knew after the fact, everything.
So when it got done quicker, what did you get out of it? Be honest. Be in touch with your emotions is what I'm asking. What did you get out of it?
We don't have to work longer. You got a reward. Your reward was you got what you wanted, and if you could go home after that was done, that means you get to go home earlier.
You got, okay, y'all,
You
look.
got some kind of satisfaction out of it, no
Okay.
matter what you did.
Look, y'all, look, brothers, and all of the viewers watching.
So no, you cannot have.
I am not scrutinizing everything that you say and trying to trip you up. That's not what I'm doing. I'm critically listening. I'm not trying to trip you up. So I want you to be yourself, but I do want you to critically think. I'm going to ask you to critically think. And my first bait, since Bobby's a fisherman, to get the fish in, you put a piece of bait on the hook.
Right.
And you put the bait out there, right? Not because you want the minnow back, but because you want the fish. Okay, walk with me. I put the bait out there and said, what do you get from it? Because habits have rewards. What did you get out of it? It is an impossibility to say that I have a habit and I don't have a sense of reward. Agree or disagree?
I agree, because if not, I wouldn't be doing it at all. It wouldn't be a habit at all. It
Agree or
wouldn't be something
disagree?
I
You
do.
don't have to agree because I'm saying it, we're on camera. I'm asking. Agree or disagree? Okay. They've learned that, and this is what we was talking about this weekend. Man, I remember a wise man told me a long time ago. He said, Ron, they figured out humans a long time ago. I'm finna give y'all another 101 in psychology. Habits have three components. The three components are the cue, C-U-E, the routine, which is the habit that you do or the behavior you conduct, and the reward, which is the incentive to do the behavior that you're doing based off of a cue. Anything confusing about that to anyone?
Nope.
A cue, a routine, and a reward. Now, let's break this down. Now, when I say that your habits break down to this fundamentally, I don't have time to give you an entire year of psychology, basic psychology at that.
Right.
What I do have to give you is, if you follow me, I guarantee you walk in any university day one, better have a conversation with them and the professor. Here we go. And by the way, this is not an academic thing. This is something that affects your everyday life, and God willing, we'll get to it. The cue is this. You ever seen track stars in the Olympics? What's the first thing they say? Track stars. What's the first thing they say? You ran track, Lowe's. Come on. What's the first thing they said to you when you ran your first 100-meter cross country? Whatever was the first thing they said to you?
Be fast.
No. Huh?
Your leg is
No. You're on the track. You have the lines. You're in lane 3 out of 7 or 8. What's the first thing you heard when you was on the track to let you know to start, to get ready?
On your mark.
Thank you. So you got the cue.
Right.
All a cue is a signal. Think of cue as a signal. Cue spelled C-U-E. A cue is something saying, hey, man, it's time to get ready.
Mm-hmm.
And it's time to get ready what you're used to or accustomed to doing. But you got to get ready to do it.
Right.
Just like at 7 o'clock, our brother Bobby says, hey, man, I need y'all to take y'all places. That was the cue. Take your places. We hadn't started the show yet. He's saying what?
Get ready to start. Take your places.
Get ready.
Get ready. Get ready, because we're getting ready to go. Right? On your mark.
On your mark. Get set.
Mm-hmm.
Go.
Right.
Now, get set, go can be cue, also part routine, because now you don't just stand at the line. There's a gun that goes off, and when you hear that gun, you take off.
That's usually what it is. Yeah. On your mark, get set. And that gun is telling you to go.
And that's your mark to go.
That's your cue to
go.
Says go.
Go.
Right.
Okay. Now notice, no one, when the cue hits, no one walks.
No.
Why would they? Oh, better question. Why aren't they?
Why aren't they walking?
I'm going to Disney. I'm so stupid. So why aren't they walking?
Because it's a race.
It's a race.
They're fast.
Okay.
This is about being the fastest.
Absolutely. Now, here we go. So we already got the cue out the way, which was the what?
On your mark,
And what else?
get set,
And what else?
and then go.
What was the behavior that followed?
You took off running.
Exactly. Now, when we are in a track meet, and I'm only using this as an example in terms of racing, on the track. This applies to anything. Once you're engaged in the behavior, why are you engaging in the behavior? Why are you on the track racing? Why are you
Because
there?
I want to win.
Exactly.
I want the satisfaction of this trophy. Because this is what I like to do. I want to win.
There we go. Now we're getting to it. Thank you, Lord. Now we're getting to it. So now you have this routine where you have to race against other competitors on this track and field, if you will. Once you cross the finish line, Who gets the reward?
The one who came in first,
Bam.
second, and third.
See, and that's the problem. That's the problem.
You know,
But okay, let's
in
stick
track
with
and
it.
field and
Let's stick with
those type of sports. It's
Let's rock with it. Let's rock with it. You got a
Gold,
first,
silver, and
second,
bronze.
third,
Yeah,
right?
right,
Okay.
right.
So now, here you go. You have 3 places, 8 places on the track. So that means somebody's not gonna make it.
right. That's the other reason why they do the 1, 2, 3 because in some terms it's a lot of people. So out of 20 people doing this, it's okay to give one to
First to lose,
another.
huh?
Yeah, the first and second to lose.
Would-
Everybody else lost.
Would first to lose give you any really consolation? Like, how many people first to lose, which is second place, and second to lose is third place? How many of those people actually went to go train so that they could come back in second and third place?
Nobody. You want to be
Exactly.
first.
Why? Because they're telling you there's an inherent value of
Right.
coming in first.
Right. But in those sports, being second or third means something, though, because
I
they
didn't
actually
say
do
they
that. Because it's like, I'm trying to get that goal, but at least I know that out of all these people, I was second. I was the first one to lose, but I was right down his ass.
Hey man,
You know.
there's a saying: if you show me a person that is okay with second place, I'll show you a real loser.
You know what I'm saying? Shit, nowadays, they're okay with losing all the games.
Think about it.
That's the real, yeah, right? Because if you're okay with coming in second all the time, then you're not a winner
Think
at all.
about
You
it.
want to win. You want to win, motherfucker. You know?
Who gets satisfied with almost there?
Nobody. But when it comes to getting medals and shit like that,
Who gets satisfied? I mean, when
Those
you're
are
older and a
decent
grandparent, a great grandparent,
Mhm.
hey, I took second and third place in the '48 Olympics in Tokyo.
Right.
Yeah, but don't nobody remember you. They barely remember first place.
right.
So, no one, exactly. My cousin just said, the one who comes in first, no one remembers the second. So the reason I'm
Except
saying
those who
that,
bet on second.
oh, you can bet on second?
No, I'm saying, yeah, I bet on you,
Like
but you
horses?
came in second.
Like horses, huh?
You could also get, but I'm saying I went to bet on you to win, but you came in second, so I'm always gonna remember you.
Well,
Because I bet on you.
because I lost money.
You lost money, you made me lose money. So those are the people that I'm just saying. Those are the people that remember second place. Those
True.
who bet it and their person came in second.
All right, check it out. All right, check it out. Check it out. Who betted on
Mad as fuck.
Who betted on second place Super Bowl 4 years ago, and who were they? Who won? Who came in second in the Super Bowl 4 years ago?
Well, I don't know.
That's my point.
I don't give a fuck.
That's my point.
I barely remember who won the
That's
motherfucker.
my point.
That's what I'm saying. You
That-
really don't know.
That's my point.
That's for self
That's my point.
gratification and shit.
Hey man, I just asked the question. Okay, I just asked the question. Los, we always pride ourselves on honest conversations, and one thing that we can't do is we can't feed into mediocrity. That's what we can't do, and that's what has happened, at least in this society. I think we began to become complacent with mediocrity.
No, I remember the first time I had heard that they were giving out trophies to the last place team. I'm like, why would y'all do that? Oh, the self-esteem of the kid. So what happens when the kid turns 18 and he's out here with us? Well, we don't give a fuck about you. We don't care what your self-esteem is about. Who takes him from there? Because all you did was build him to where now he's here. That's what's wrong with these kids now. They get here, they expect to win at everything, whether they do it right or not.
See why I don't like second place?
And that don't make no sense. It's like, man, I got a trophy. We came in last. We were 9. You know, we got a trophy.
Place.
And
It's still the
like,
same
that
thinking.
Yeah, no, it's like, that don't make no damn sense. I remember the first time I heard, I'm like, why would they? I used to say, if I had a kid doing that, I'd be like, no, my kid's not getting that trophy. I'm going to tell him why he's not going to get that trophy. I'm like, you came in last, man. Why would you want a trophy saying you came in last? That makes no damn sense. You know,
I see no different than if you came in second.
you know, it's like,
I really don't. No, I mean,
really, I mean, there is no
honest.
sense, you know.
I see no.
The only difference is it depends on how many are there. Even though it don't matter, we still lost. But out of all this many, we didn't come first, but we were second. So they're looking at it as we were the second best, which makes no sense, you know.
See, when I see
That's the
people,
gratification of that.
but see, when I see, I don't know about that, Los, because see, when I see people that have way more at stake, like Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, the guy that runs Facebook, and they say, hey, Elon Musk took a hit in his stocks and all that. Now he's the third richest man. Jeff Bezos the first. Mark Zuckerberg is the second. And then those numbers shift. And what's his name? Bill Gates is now at fifth and seventh, and et cetera, et cetera. I don't see those men getting complacent, saying, "Hey, I'm the second richest man." I see those same men, spending even more time in the room trying to figure out how to get their product back to first. There is no complacency for them in second, in terms of material wealth acquisition.
Right.
Because if that's the
Although
case,
if I'm making that kind of money, I go, fuck what place we're in. We're still making billions. We're right here with them.
I feel
So
you.
you're gonna go, fuck. My product's the third best in the world. Guess what? I'm the third richest motherfucker in the world. You got something to say about that? I don't give a fuck. If I'm third, I'm third, goddammit. More money than fucking Panama.
Well, that's the thing. There's always a reward involved. And that reward can be after you got the cue, after you have the behavior, what it is that you're doing. You have something called the reward, and that's the incentive that keeps you wanting to repeat the behavior. In other words, Jeff Bezos, he wakes up at 7 a.m. His whole day is done by 2 o'clock, 2:30, right? But that's not how he started, but that's how it is now, right? Because it's self-mechanized, you know what I mean?
Right.
All right. But I'm saying that to say the reward is important because that's what makes you continue to do whatever behavior it is that has become habitual in your life.
I have it now, yeah.
For example, we show up at the studio every Monday and Wednesday and Friday, at least we do our best to, because if we see 6 people online right now, okay, we have a certain motivation. I guarantee you right now, and I challenge you to this if you're watching the show, I challenge you to invite just one person, each one of you watching this show, just invite one person. I want to do an experiment on these brothers. Invite, and the viewers, I want to do an experiment. Invite one person to come and just ask them, listen, even if you can't stay the whole show, just stay for the first 15, 20 minutes of the show. The moment we see on that screen 20 people watching live, 30 people watching live, 40 people watching live, 50 people watching live, that reward is going to reinforce the behavior of us showing up here and making sure we're here at 7 o'clock.
Sure enough.
If those numbers aren't there, you're going to have to look towards a different motivation to make you continually show up here for numbers like 5, 6, 7 people. Don't lie. Even if we saw right now 100 people's watching us live, watch how our posture would change. We would be more aware of what we're doing. We'll be more aware and self-conscious of how we're engaging you, the viewer. Why? Because there's a reward. That's why as a side note, that's why I really love entrepreneurs like Jeff Bezos. That's why I really love entrepreneurs like The Rock. That's why I really love entrepreneurs like my cousin, whose mother was a beautician during the 70s, and she had her own business, Marcella. They had their own business, and they started out with low numbers, but they kept the same motivation at 100 subscribers, 100 customers, as when they reached 100 million.
Right.
As a matter of fact, they kicked the shit in the overdrive. I'm talking about your habits. Unfortunately, we don't have time to cover it all. We really don't. Because if I did that or we did that, we would be doing you a disservice. And I know the brother gave us 10 extra minutes. But we would be doing you a very serious disservice if we cut this topic for the sake of having content at the expense of you understanding of what we're saying. So at this point, brother, I know we asked for 10 minutes more, but
We'll just do another show.
we'll continue this on Wednesday.
So
Yeah.
We don't have a guest.
No, we don't. So we'll continue it on Wednesday. No problem.
So get your questions ready for Wednesday. We're gonna come back, Habits Part 2, and so we can really get the feel of it. Even though, like we said, this is a habit right here. Make sure I'm here 7 o'clock every day to do what we do. Monday, at least Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays, and Saturdays when we do a lot of our recordings. And that's not a habit that I'm trying to break right now.
Okay, man. I understand, bro.
But what you were saying is also correct though, that if the satisfaction is more, then the motivation moves with it. But hey,
I would argue have the motivation without the numbers.
And we do. That's what we do.
Oh, I'm not talking personally. I'm just saying there are people that are they need things they can touch and feel and see and smell or taste to let them know that they're on the right road. And I'm just saying you're not going to always have those cues. You're going to have to go it alone, and that's where the real man or the real woman is found. That's all I'm saying.
Right.
That's all I'm saying, brothers.
So with that said, I'm Brother Los.
I'm Brother Ron. Good show, brothers.
Brother Black Hand on the Cam as always. Thank y'all for joining us. Much love for your support. Come back Wednesday. So we're going to continue this conversation on Wednesday.
Absolutely.
We're out. Peace.
Peace.